Why, hello, everybody. Welcome to another Emmy chat. Now, listen, we are very excited to be chatting with our next guest. Now, over a decade ago, Christopher Sean stepped into the role of Paul Narita on Peacock's Days of Our Lives as the mysterious baseball player who was later revealed to be the son of John Black. And since then, he has captivated us with his portrayal, and we are now happy to introduce him as a Daytime Emmy nominee. Everyone, please welcome Christopher Sean.
Yay!
Thank
Yay!
you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
The millions of Tony and Justin fans. Thank you all. I see you.
No,
We'll
those are
put
the
an
millions
applause
and
track
millions
to
of
it.
right. Those are the millions of Christopher Sean fans. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
You guys,
yeah.
man. I'm your fan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, first of all, I mean,
Yeah.
congratulations. So happy for your Daytime Emmy nomination. I mean, how does it feel to be recognized in the daytime world with this nomination after playing Paul for over a decade now?
It's a great question. How I feel about getting nominated after playing Paul for over a decade, I would say, um, it doesn't feel real still.
Mhm.
Like it's a beautiful feeling to be able to say out loud. Tony's been nominated for what 20 Emmys now, so you're used to this. But for me, this is new, and it's a wonderful new world to be kind of given that title. It's like you've been
Yeah.
christened, sir. You know.
Welcome to daytime royalty.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
You're in
Yes,
the
no,
club
it's
now.
a beautiful, and I'm very happy. I'm very honored, and there's so many talented people in daytime. You
Yeah.
know, to be able to churn out hundreds of pages a day, and with the talent that they do, I'm blown away. That is the hardest field I've worked in,
Yeah.
daytime.
Yeah.
So to be acknowledged in that world, it truly means that you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Chris,
agree.
Christopher, what was your process for putting together your Emmy reel? We've kind of been asking everyone. I know this is the first year for Days. You guys had to do it yourself and kind of put everything together and assemble everything. What was that process like, just from an actor standpoint, where maybe in the past someone else is doing it or you're advising or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
all sort of in your hands now.
Yeah.
That was challenging. I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I had
Yeah,
technical
right.
issues, and I had to re-upload the video a couple times. I'm like, am I that old? Like, what the heck? I thought I was good at this stuff, man. It's supposed to be in my blood. I'm kidding. That joke. But truthfully, like I'm really good with computers, and I'm really good with this, but that was challenging.
Yeah.
However, my performance. It was very easy to select the performance I wanted to submit because I had the highs and lows. A culmination of the highest high in
Mhm.
Paul's life, getting married,
Yeah.
finally getting married, you
Yeah.
know, and then the low of lows, losing the most important person in Paul Narita's life, including my life. He's one of the most people in my life. He was a father to me on and off camera. So
Yeah.
it was very easy to select the performances. It was very challenging to rewatch and
Yeah.
relive. And I still, ooh, I don't even want to talk about it because it
Yeah.
always gets me choked up. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that was my process. Is just I knew exactly what I wanted to submit, and I had a lot of support. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Nice.
Here we are.
Yeah. With
Nice.
with the
Well,
with the selection of the scenes that you wanted for your reel, when the voters or the judges or anyone watching the reel like finished watching it, what was like the story or the feel that you wanted them to understand about Paul? Because as you said, he had the highest of highs last year with his marriage, and then the lowest of lows with losing John. So at the end of it, what did you want them to understand about Paul?
I think if that's a great question because as an actor, you're only as good as your last performance. These are words of Drake Hogerson. You're only as good as your last performance.
Mhm.
So I think what was my last opportunity was what's going to highlight the character to make sure that people do see and understand who Paul was. And Paul was fully shaped by John Black.
Mhm.
Paul was fully shaped. He was part of Black Patch. He
Yeah.
became an ISA agent. Like he's done so much in the show over the years after he had his after he had his surgery, excuse me, and couldn't play baseball anymore, and he had his beautiful storyline coming out to his grandparents in Japanese, and
Yeah.
almost finding love, and becoming a home wrecker. There's so many things that happened, but luckily the writers are so incredible, which is why they were nominated, and the directors are so amazing to be able to capture everything that they did. It put me in a position where it was very easy to say, this is exactly who Paul is.
Hmm.
Through his eulogy, he
Hmm.
explains who he is and why John was so important. And in his marriage, he explains again who he is and why John was such an integral part of the fabric that created Paul Narita.
Yeah. Yeah. And it really is a beautiful story with Paul. I mean, we've been there since the beginning of his journey, and you know, I just feel like this is one of the characters, one that we would love to see more often in Salem. But you know, to go through all of that with him, and especially last year, I mean, it's just it's a I hope that people who watched it really understood the character and really understood his journey and how he got to his high and how he was navigating through his low. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah,
I think the fans are amazing. Like, this is my first contract role as an actor. And
yeah,
prior to that, I was struggling. I was homeless. I was trying to figure out life,
yeah,
and Days of Our Lives saved my life. And and when I found myself being attached to John Black as a son, and there were whispers in the show, that's when I knew, like, okay, I've become a legacy character in the show.
yeah,
And that's when, truthfully, everything started happening in my life. Things started getting better and better. So I do dedicate everything in my career to Days of Our Lives, and the path that was set forth was helped guided by Drake, excuse me.
yeah. Just a quick follow up. Does receiving this nomination because of all that, does it hold so much more power and meaning to that, being not only just recognized for your work of last year, but the culmination of being recognized for a role that you, as you just said, saved your life, the your first contract role as an actor, and so many things that you learned playing this character. Does now this nomination hold more weight than just like that recognition for the work that you did last year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look back in your life and you have milestones,
Mhm.
right? And there's a little bit of blur. Like, I was living on couches, right? Like, so I wasn't entirely homeless, right? But I do remember in that time frame, that it was a challenging time in my life. And um, so, yes, when I started on Days, trying my best every day to just make sure I'm getting paid, like starving
Yeah,
actor, right? We all understand
Okay.
that story. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so to get from there to here, it does feel like, man, what a sense of accomplishment. And I deal with a lot of imposter syndrome and insecurities, and many actors with so much rejection. And you do your damnedest to be amazing, and then you're rejected. And it's like, is it me? You
yeah,
start questioning that, and you have to have a delusional optimism about yourself to become successful. You have to truthfully just pretend like, nope, it's never me. My shit don't stink. Like,
yeah,
excuse the
right.
language, but I find myself in that position often where I can't not question whether it's me or not. And all I do know now is who I was when I first started on that show. I was timid and I was afraid, and I was doing everything I can to shine. And
Yeah,
now I know that I can shine by just being me through the lived experiences, because I am my own artist. If I gave you a paintbrush and Justin or Tony, and I said, hey, paint me flowers, they're going to come out completely different compared to what I create, because we all have our own distinct artistry.
yeah,
So, again, in my situation, I've lived quite an amazing life, highs and lows,
yeah,
and it's put me in a position where, yeah, I think looking back at the milestones, I am extremely proud of this accomplishment. And this
Yeah.
alone, like I said, forever in my life, I will always have this title. The only way they can take it from me is if I win. And
Yeah.
you know, that's
and then you're no longer a nominee, you're a winner.
Winner.
yeah. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
how's that bad, right? Like that's not terrible.
That's not terrible at
Not
all.
too shabby. Christopher, I want to ask you about the Paul and Andrew wedding. When you guys were shooting it, did it feel as sort of special and monumental, and not just for your characters or like you as an actor shooting a big scene, but just in terms of even like the history of Days, you're, you know, a gay wedding, but also just a successful wedding that, you know, sometimes you don't always get on daytime. You know, there was no sort of shenanigans kind of coming. It was really just a focus on you two and love, and the stuff with Drake was sort of mixed in there. Did you feel that while you were shooting it, or is that something that sort of comes afterward where, you know, people are finally seeing it and they're messaging you, or it's resonating sort of in the zeitgeist? Or is it both? Or
That's a very interesting question. And it's very thought provoking because I remember on the day Drake had given the green light to allow the audience to partake in his goodbye.
Yeah.
I said this before, I was very angry. I didn't feel this was right. I felt exploitative in a way. And you know, that's not, but when Ken Corday himself met with Drake and Drake expressed how important it was for him, for the fans to be able to say goodbye to him as well. You know what? I'm all for it because if that's what he wants, I'm there. I'm your number one soldier.
Yeah.
But if anyone understands loss, it's someone who's lost someone they love.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I never understood that until, you know, I've lost beautiful pets and I lost my grandfather, but I didn't know him like I knew Drake.
Yeah.
And so, you know, during the eulogy, it was truthfully, it was my goodbye. It was me as raw as it could be. And I even changed, like I said, I improv some of the lines in the eulogy, but that was it was tough. It's not fun, and it did give you a sense of closure. However, you're still hollow, and I still feel that because it's a scar. It's always going to be there, you know.
Yeah.
I'll heal, and I have, but it still hurts, and there's still that memory, and it's a beautiful memory, right? But and going into the marriage. Right after that, it's like, let's celebrate. But how do you celebrate when you have no legs to stand on? You know what I mean? Like when your emotions when your heartstrings have been cut. So I did the best that I could under the stress of reality. And like I said, you have an amazing cast that give you so much. They continue to encourage and inspire you to do your best and motivate you. The writing was incredible. But still, I was still broken. I was distraught.
Yeah.
So it was very challenging, and so I'm happy. There, you still get to see the contrast, and I did the best I could. But yeah, it was challenging, man. Like, I mean,
we discuss it often on Dishin Days about those blurred lines when a character in real life passes, but you know you have strong connections with that person. For example, you know, Susan Seaforth Hayes losing her husband, but he was such a integral part of the show that he still gets mentioned and brought up, and there's still photos. And so when she speaks to the photo of Doug or something, you know, you have, as fans, you often wonder, is there a blurred line between the character and the real person? And just like in your sense, with the loss of Drake, when you have to give that eulogy or you have to mention him or sometimes go down memory lane, it feels like that blurred line between, you know, Christopher Sean and Paul, where you're obviously remembering the character, but you're also remembering the man himself. And so we mention that often and how hard that might be sometimes because, as you said, those emotions are still there. They're very real. You wear them like a scar. And so, you know, we look at it and we go, man, it has to be tough. And sometimes maybe it's not acting. It's really just your true raw emotion of how you felt about the person, but it's being portrayed through and to the character.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree with you. I think the blurred line is that when you've played a character, I mean, I've again played Paul on and off for 12 years now, over
Mhm.
350 episodes. Like,
Mhm.
I've done this character, I know him through and through. And so it's easy for me to put Paul's pants on and go to work. Like it's
Yeah.
easy for me to understand who he is because, again, Paul is a reflection of who I am.
Mhm.
And whether I'm just, changing the colors dynamics a little bit more, highlighting a couple of the colors. But Paul is me and I am Paul.
Mhm.
We're twin brothers.
Yeah.
uh, and my love for Drake is the same. My love for John Black and my love for Drake. You know what? I don't know if I've ever said that. I don't know if I've ever said how much I love John Black and how much I love Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's profound to think that the character John Black was a hero.
Yeah.
And Drake Hogestyn was also a hero. It's pretty incredible. I mean, what a freaking gift to be a hero on and off camera.
Yeah.
A legend that
Yeah.
John Black, that Drake Hogestyn is. Yeah, but the lines are extremely blurred because my love is Christopher and Paul. Our
Yeah.
love for John Black and our love for Drake is holy cow, right? Like,
Yeah. It's a
yeah,
crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that heart has mended together, to have love for both, because as an actor, you put yourselves into those characters. So it's natural to have those feelings kind of
but here's
mend
the
toward
on
both ends.
contrary, right? Here's the contrary, excuse me.
Mhm.
When you don't like a fellow actor,
Yeah.
and then you have to pretend like you do like a fellow actor, right? Like
Yes.
like now it's like, I love you or whatever, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, bro? And then you're like, oh man, that guy's so mean to me. That guy is not nice.
Oh,
Right? So,
we've heard those soap stories of
right?
co-stars not getting along, but
Yeah.
on screen they
Yeah.
have the best chemistry, but off screen
Yeah.
it's not great.
It's like makeup sex, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's passionate. But I will say, I have a picture of Drake on my wall,
Mhm.
Nice.
and it says prioritize what is right. So I every time I get the opportunity to share Drake, I want to continue to talk about how amazing he was. So thank you for
Yeah.
giving me the time to be able to talk about him, and I'll sit here and talk about him all day.
Yeah,
You know?
no, absolutely. No, we
What-
I mean, we were talking before we started about my one moment on Days and Beyond Salem, and I still remember, just one having the best time on set, and I remember just watching Drake in that scene because it was this whole pride party. The whole, Paul's San Francisco apartment was decked out in all pride stuff, and insert walks Drake with a pride tank top and he was fully gung-ho to really put himself in that party. So, and I remember still getting so tickled that they wanted him to dance and stuff, and he did that ready, and he did this little dance move, and I was like, oh, look at
Yeah.
it was the cutest thing. And then he said something, profound of that everyone should have the right to choose, who they want to love, and it was just such a memorable moment, not because, not only because one of my dreams was coming true, but I got to share this moment with a legend of Days, and this very fun, unique man who, in between takes, wanted to tell you so many stories. But also, I got to work with you, and you helped me out that day of as we were blocking. I remember you helping me out with how to turn and how to be and oh, let's try this. And so it was such a comfortable an enjoyable moment that each time I watch the scene, I always get like my heart just warms up because it was such a great moment that we all got to share.
I mean, you stole the show, you know, you did great. I tried to sabotage you. I was like, turn that way, look away from the camera, like, let me, like,
There was
geez.
in that glittery top, there was no way no one's gonna outshine me.
You got on the show, you dropped your lines, everyone loved you, and it was a moment I was so proud to be a part of. So thank you for allowing me to
Yeah.
share in your spotlight. And it
No.
was beautiful. And I just remember, you know, my biggest concern, I have been told good stuff and I have been told bad stuff, and people have tried to trip me up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you get the wrong guidance,
Mhm.
it does make you falter.
Yeah.
I was told it's not about the blah blah blah, it's about the ooh la la, you know. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, so hey, what's up? How are you? And I was trying to be pretty on the show, and I'm like, man, I suck at being pretty. Like, I'm good at acting. Let me talk.
Yeah.
Let me perform. So I realized, I was like, let me shift that. Let me get back to my roots of strong character work.
Yeah.
So thank you for allowing me to, again, just kind of give you a couple of shortcuts, a couple of tips. And you didn't need them. You didn't need them at all. Like, you were so good, Tony.
Thank you. Well, it's because of y'all. Y'all. It was the most comfortable set, and I mean, inside I was a nervous wreck. I still remember being in the makeup chair, and I heard you and Drake running the scene, and I was like, oh my god, my line is coming up. My line is coming up, and in that moment, and I said it, but I was also like struggling. Like, I knew those lines backwards and forwards in the dressing room, but we got in that makeup chair in front of me. I was like, oh my god. I ran back to that dressing room and re-practiced those 5 lines again to make sure I had it down. But it was a lot of fun.
I'll say this: you're very good at it, and it is a muscle I wish that other people would allow you to flex more.
I agree. And one day, I too may be a Daytime Emmy nominee.
And the winner is Tony Moore.
And I'll be like, oh my god, yes!
I'll be the first one cheering. I'm gonna stand up and shout.
I'm gonna point at you too.
I'm gonna say, "Boo! This is rigged! Boo!
Rigor mortis!"
Christopher, I gotta ask you, as we're sort of sitting here, we're congratulating, honoring you about last year's guest performance, and I'm thinking about this year, which is another strong contender, where you came in and you were sort of trying to find the right word, like the linchpin sort of connection to the Deidre 50th anniversary, and how they chose to like present that to the audience of Marlena sort of going down memory lane. And it's like, who is she going to explain this to, since everyone has been around in Salem for all this time and sort of knows it and doesn't know it, but sort of to have you come in as the beloved stepson who is close to her but doesn't know a lot of this history, and it's like, oh, there it is, there's the connection, there's the story. Have Deidre sort of relay these memories and this history to someone that she loves, and it was you. What was that experience like in those scenes?
Thank you for bringing up the queen, Deidre Hall, because she's incredible. I have the utmost respect, and every time I introduce her, did you know she's got the most hours for any performer in the world? Did you know she used to perform on top of elephants in circus? Did you know she was a superhero? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
And then she's always like, Christopher, that's enough. I'm like, no, it's never enough. You deserve all the accolades. When it comes to Deidre Hall, she's been through it all, and she's incredible, and she deserves every bit of love and attention. And over 50 years of success, I'm so blown away that I was fortunate enough to be the one to be able to perform beside her. She didn't need me. She could have walked around and owned the whole room. You know, she's Deidre Hall. So to be able to be a part, just a small part of it, to just sit there and shower her in all the love that she deserved. It was a gift, and I'm so fortunate to have that opportunity, truthfully, and to learn so much more, to be able to watch everything that she'd been through. Oh, God. Like, I'm just so happy for her. And I don't know if you know, obviously she's twin sister, but I don't know if you know, she has a brother with Down syndrome too. Did you know that?
I don't think I
And
knew that.
I have a sister with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
like, to me, when you grow up with that special person in your life, you have a lot more understanding of humanity and empathy.
Mhm.
And so that's another reason why I just adore her. She's
Yeah.
just in every single part of life. She knows who she is, and she has had to fight to make sure that, no one, as a woman in the industry, right? Like,
Yeah.
good lordy, uh, it's not easy, and but she makes it look so good, and makes it
Yeah.
look so easy. So again, like, I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember that scene thinking like, I wonder if Christopher Sean is sitting there and like obviously had read the script before, but listening to it being like, man, Marlena, you did that? That happened? That was that storyline? Like, where
Right.
was this?
I was like, just keep recording because this is blown. These are natural
Right.
reactions. They're
Yeah.
gonna be blown away. What? Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Like, I don't know what else to say outside of the fact that 50 years. Who's done that?
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, she's so synonymous with Days, because even if you're not a watcher of soaps, like, people can mention, Marlena, and it's always, wait, isn't that the woman that was possessed by the devil?
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
So
Always.
always, and even if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, like she's known. So yeah, it was special to see you and Deidre and Martha just kind
Yeah.
of like going down memory lane, and I always think like, who in the art department had to put that scrapbook together, because those were
Right.
it's a lot of research and a lot of pictures and a
Uh-huh.
lot of decades to have to put in one little book.
Yeah. I mean, I got a little bit of insight, but I'm not allowed to legally say. So I would just say that they did a great job, and
They
those
did.
photos were so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you were great in that scene with her. Yeah.
we really were.
I know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
know.
No.
And that's why
It's like-
we're
it's like-
talking
it's like-
about
I
my
already-
daytime Emmy nomination.
Already got my
No.
Emmy reel for next year or the start of it.
For me, honestly, if you're in a scene with Deidre Hall, like, there are good actors and there are bad actors.
Mhm,
Deidre, and when you're with the good actor, they will lift you up in a scene,
mhm.
and they challenge you to bring your best. Because if not, you get left behind, right? And that's what happens to bad actors. They don't work, right?
Yeah.
They don't continue to stay on a show.
Mhm.
So Deidre Hall, like, every time I'm in a scene with her, I'm like, all right, let's bring our A game, because
Bring
she's
A-game.
she's that great.
Yeah.
She owns every moment. She's
Mhm.
incredible.
She really is. You've had continued success even post Days, when Paul left, and then he does return every now and then, but you've had continued success. But in this moment, when you think about like Paul as one of the many characters that are sitting on Christopher Sean's resume, what does he mean to you? Like, when you sit and reflect on this particular character, like, what does he mean to you?
When you kind of break down the timeline, there's always like a starting point, right?
Hmm.
Paul's my starting point,
Yeah.
right? From my first contract role, 2 years to now 12 years on and off the show. Like, prior to that, I'd done a couple of cool projects. Like, I did the Lizzie Bennett Diaries. It was the
Yeah.
first YouTube series to win a primetime Emmy, and that was great. I was very fortunate to be a part of that show.
Hmm.
And that was like one of the first gigs I did. But I don't know, like, something about like Days of Our Lives is that moment where it's like my life changed,
Yeah.
And so yeah, so for me, that's what shaped my career. And from there, I'm fortunate enough to have been the lead of Star Wars, been able to portray Nightwing, to now have Ultraman, and we just won 3 Emmys for that.
Yeah.
And I did the show You and NCIS LA about Stop Asian Hate, and my goal isn't just to be able to perform. And I'm fortunate enough, again, to be able to stand up for things that matter, like DEI, like LGBTQIA+. I'm fortunate enough to be able to be a voice for those who are the voiceless in many areas of life. but also, I'm lucky enough to where I can just perform and act and have layered characters that aren't just like, well, you're Asian, or like whatever.
Yeah.
Like I get full characters now,
Yeah.
and I've never had that.
Yeah.
So from Paul, that's what started the trajectory of me having those opportunities to portray
Hmm.
real characters, real thought out roles, and full storylines, and be able to perform with amazing actors like Tony Moore.
Oh, stop it.
With 2 million viewers, all watching you at once,
Because before we go, I'm just curious. Emmy morning, how did you find out? Did someone call you? Were you watching? What was your reaction?
I had the times mixed up. I thought it was like 9 p.m. I'll find out. So I was like, I'm gonna have to wait all day. Oh my god! So I'm scrolling TikTok in the morning, and I closed my phone app, and I was like, oh, I got a text message from the head of Netflix PR awards team, Marshall. Like, congratulations, your Emmy nomination. I was like, what? And then I closed that. I was like, wait. Tons of text messages, and then I look at my phone, and I missed call from Andrea, PR team at Netflix. It was like, and a voicemail, Christopher, congratulations. Hey, call me back. And I was like, blocked and reported. No, I'm kidding. I was like, well, this is amazing. No, I love Andrea. She's so amazing. She juggles so much. She's such a hard worker. Anyway, so it was the text message from Marshall, the missed phone call and voicemail from Andrea. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, what is going on? And I text my dad, yo, Pops. And I wake up, Linnea, holy cow. Like, this is crazy.
Surprise.
And I'm still riding that high. It's I don't know, it's one of the most important moments of my life.
Yeah. We were just talking to Al Calderon, who plays Javi on the show. He's nominated under Emerging Talent, and a reminder to him too to you have to take moments to celebrate things like this, because as much as we want to be humble and as much as we want to sometimes move on to the next thing, we have to take those moments to say, hey, you're doing good. And someone recognizes that.
Yeah, I mean, we're all like, go, 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 go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's moments that, thank you for even allowing me to be on the show to celebrate this moment, because it is moments like this that I go, yeah, I get to relish in the moment. I get to talk about me a little bit. I give myself permission. And, and I don't typically like to, especially my dad was Navy, be seen, not heard, and my mom's Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Be seen, not heard, right? Be humble. Don't be the nail that sticks out, or you get the hammer. So I try not to. I will be everyone's biggest hype man.
Yeah.
But I forget to do me, and I forget to love myself at times. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to love myself in this moment, this major milestone in my life.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely had to have you on so that we could show you some love as well. I mean, hello, you were the very first guest that we ever had on Dishin Days.
Right.
No way. I forgot. That's right.
Yeah. So we've been with you since the beginning of your journey. You've been with us since the beginning of our journey. So we've just been journeying together. So
we're adventurers.
We are adventurers. So
where are we going? Are we going to Sauron? Where are we?
Going to the Emmy, winning the stage at the Emmys.
That's where we're heading.
Will you actually be there? Will you guys be at the red carpet? Are you going to be doing interviews there?
We're hoping so. Yeah. We apply every year, and then we pray that we get chosen. And so we hope so. So when we're there, you got to come and find us, and we got to talk some more.
I got my stylist on it. Let me tell you, bling.
Yes.
Bling,
okay.
Bling.
Good.
Diamonds.
Nice.
I'm talking. Ooh. It's gonna be nice. Yeah.
Good.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna be shining brighter than Tony Moore on Days of Our Lives in the bling outfit. I'm telling you.
Impossible.
It's coming.
Well, Christopher Sean, we look forward to seeing it, and we're thrilled and we're very happy for your recognition in this. You have dedicated yourself to this character. You have given us the highs and lows and the ups and downs and the twists and turns of Paul Narita for 12 years, and so we're happy that the daytime folks have finally recognized your work, and we're sending you good vibes and love that you snatched the crown or the trophy. I watched Drag Race too much. I said snatch the crown.
I know. I'm like, girl, I gotta flip the wig. You know what I mean? I'm kidding, but thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you again for being here, and congratulations. And thank you guys for tuning in. And check us out. We have some more Emmy chats with your favorites from Days of Our Lives. Until then, bye everyone.
Bye.